Hello everybody, welcome back to the Chaos channel. Now, if you are blind, or basically if you're blind and you can't see the thumbnail or the title of this video, we're going to be looking at 5 of my most favorite manga titles from my damn near $1,000 manga collection. And I'm going to explain why these 5 manga got me more into collecting, or just why I spent so much money in general. So with that, with these 5 titles, they're all going to be recognizable, and maybe the last one, the 5th one, final one, it's kind of not safe for work. So if you like this video, please show it some love down below. Subscribe, like, comment, please, I beg you. And so I don't get age restricted by showing you this manga or anything. So with that, we're gonna get to the first manga. The first manga we're gonna review is Dragon Ball Z. If you can't see it, hold on. If you can't see that, this is volume 16. But yeah, when I was a kid, Dragon Ball Z, or DBZ, was one of my first and foremost favorite cartoon / anime. When I was a kid, I thought it was a cartoon, but when I was older, I started getting into anime. I was like, Dragon Ball Z was an anime, and I never really knew it. But anyway, the story isn't very complicated to understand, but as a kid, you don't really pay attention to the story, so the story wasn't really important to me. Mainly what got me was the action and kind of the emotional depth of it. There were some emotional moments in there that kind of caught my attention when I was a kid. But for the main part, Dragon Ball Z made me realize I didn't just like the anime, I wanted to own the story. I wanted this in my collection because I want one day my grandkids, or maybe, I don't know, probably my grandkids or my nephews and my cousins, maybe one day I could be like, let me put you on, and I just hand them Dragon Ball Z, and they just are instantly hooked, because this is probably one of the most likable anime. Though it is old, it is one of the most likable manga and anime of its time, and therefore I'm going to get to the second manga. Second manga is One Piece, and at this point, One Piece isn't a series, it's a financial subscription. I mean, come on. Recently, season 1 just ended. Season 1 of this wonderful manga and anime ended. Well, not the manga didn't end, but the anime did end its first season, technically speaking. And I mean, it's, yeah, a long-running series. It is definitely, you have to be in there for the long run, but I like reading it. I mean, it's just one of the most beautifully written and drawn manga that I think I have in my collection, besides One Punch Man, which is also in my collection. But like, it's just such a beautiful and I don't know why I keep wanting to say anime. It's not an anime. It's not an anime. It's just a beautifully drawn and written manga that, like, it's just beautiful in general. I mean, yeah, a lot of people complain about it being so long, but at the same time, if you enjoy the story and if you enjoy One Piece, then it's not really that big of a deal. But going forward, how's it that every time I record, there's a fucking notification? I'm gonna silence my fucking notifications right now. But anyway, we are gonna get into the third manga right now. Now, this is a favorite among many, Death Note. Now, I originally watched Death Note, the anime, but a little after I started watching the anime, I started actually reading the manga, and I just love the manga. I think it's like a lot more grim than the anime portrays it to be. It is fucking so much more grim than what the anime portrays it as. But I just want to say, owning this manga feels illegal only because this shows the most action-packed psychological warfare story in manga and just story history. I just feel like this psychological warfare between Light Yagami and L, it's just like, it's so interesting, and it's so just mind-boggling, and it's also like one of those mangas that doesn't need superhuman abilities to make it interesting. Like, it doesn't need to be so, like, you know, fire fist, brr. It doesn't need that. I mean, minus Ryuk and the Shikigami having like paranormal abilities, but I mean, that's besides the point. I mean, like, the humans are humans. They don't need powers to be strong. I mean, besides Light Yagami having the Death Note, whatever, doesn't matter. They don't need superhuman abilities to be strong. And this was, when I started collecting this and watching this, this was definitely a phase in my life where I pretty much was so into this where I thought I could outsmart Light Yagami himself. I mean, I was like reading this and I'm like, I could definitely outsmart that motherfucker. I mean, come on. But anyway, we are going to get to the second to last manga I'm going to talk about. This is one of my favorites and one of the most original reasons why I started collecting to begin with. The fourth manga I'm going to talk about is Chainsaw Man. This series is up to debate on one of the most loved or most hated titles in anime and manga history. Why? I'm about to tell you. My girlfriend says she doesn't really like Chainsaw Man. I love it. It is like if Trauma and Absurdity had a child. I fucking love every page of it. It's so chaotic, it's so action-packed, and the humor, it's got some pretty good humor in there. I mean, the anime does it better, but like reading it and like just assuming the tone yourself makes it 10 times funnier than the anime. But I mean, the recently, the movie, the Reze arc, that reaction was so out of context. The comedy was actually peak. I loved that arc so much, only because of Beam, the shark fiend. Oh my god. That dude is like the equivalent of Patrick from SpongeBob. He's so fucking unironically funny. And it's like I said earlier, not that long ago, this is one of the original reasons why I started collecting, because this is the first manga I've ever bought before I bought the other 70, 80, I don't know, I lost count at this point, the other manga that I got. This is the original reason why I started collecting, was because of this wonderful, wonderful masterpiece. I called One Piece a masterpiece because One Piece is the masterpiece. This is just like, it's Prodigy, alright? Like, it's up there in the new era. It's peak storytelling, and to be honest, there's a lot of emotional, it's a tearjerker a little bit, you know, jerks on my it jerks out some of the tears sometimes, but it is sort of like relatable in some point, because I mean, Denji is close to the same age as me. When I say close, I mean like by a year or two off, but he's pretty close to the same age as me, and he's technically supposed to be a high schooler, so I mean, this is a pretty good book. This is a pretty good book. Even though he's only like a year and a half old, like years younger than me, I mean, I still really relate to him. And he just had a traumatic life, and I mean, like, he just kind of like locks his trauma behind this metaphorical door. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But anyway, with this fifth and final manga, I really, really need you guys to like and subscribe right now, so this video doesn't get taken down, because what the manga I'm about to show you is 18 and up only, adult. So anyway, let's get into it. Yes, it's adult. No, that's not the only reason why I like it, and there is a reason why I'm covering part of this, so I don't have to spend an extra 30 minutes on editing, blurring it out. But High School DxD. Now, I know what you're saying. Gooner! Gooner! You're a big fucking gooner. False. This says, unironically, sorry. This is the most unironic, like, comedy in it for being a very raunchy and adult manga, but really, it's got some, like, funny moments in there that shouldn't really fit with the theme, but it just kind of does, and it makes it funny. And it's just sometimes I read it and I go back and I'm like, I kind of chuckle a little bit because there's some parts in there that are just unironically funny, but I mean, also it just has a decent story. I mean, there's some emotional parts. I mean, in every manga there's got to be some emotion in there. You can't just be all boobs and whatnot. But, and to be honest, listen, character development can come in many different forms, but therefore I want to talk about how much money I've spent and why I spent as much money as I did on paper, per se. The reason why I spent so much on collecting is really just because it's a dopamine rush. I mean, it's like gambling, you know, but it's also something I like to enjoy. I enjoy reading a lot, okay? Like, I don't just read comic books. I also have chapter books. Like, I read actual books. But, and then also sometimes, and I mean sometimes, the manga is better than the anime. The manga has things that the anime does not, and it makes the manga just 10 times better. And, yeah, I don't invest in stocks. I invest in fictional drama. But therefore, that ends this video. I mean, V3, baby. V3. Vlog number 3. I wasn't really expecting to record again. This might not come out until like Thursday or Friday, maybe. So like, whenever you're saying this, it's released. I'm thinking about posting it tomorrow, hopefully. But, and new angle, I am sitting on my bed. I didn't feel like getting into what is, hold on, darkness over here, hold on, let me just, as you can see over here, this is normally the corner that I record in. I'm not over here because I didn't want to set it up, so that's why I'm over here on my bed. As you can see, we got Waluigi, Koopa, and a monkey, Wario and Yoshi. No, I don't sleep with them. I just decided to put them up for a little bit of decoration because I don't think I can really put Maker's Mark as, not sponsored, not non-sponsored, but Maker's Mark. It's a cool tapestry, I love it. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I mean, I enjoy making these, I really do, and I mean it when I say I enjoy making them, because these are probably the most, like, best way to make videos. I mean, I feel like I'm connecting to you more as an audience by doing these vlogs than I would gaming or just doing playthroughs or anything. I mean, although those are fun, that's something I want to get to down the road, but gaming is just not really my foray right now due to school and college. I mean, I gotta do it. It's just something that's important to me right now. It's on my #1 list. But this is a passion that I really wanted to do, but I'm not gonna hold any more of your guys' time. If you guys like this video, should I rank my whole entire collection next? Does that sound like a good idea? Comment down below and tell me. But anyways, I just want to wish you guys a good day and good night, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye!